Hey guys, it's Julia. So, how many of you are really super freaking hard on yourselves and judge yourself all the time? I mean, there's like that statistic where human beings have thousands upon thousands of negative thoughts per day, and most of them are about ourselves. And it's like, what I love about Access Consciousness Bar's process and the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement is that they're basically designed to melt self-judgment from within. You know, when we have these judgments, we lock them into our bodies and we lock them into these energetic places in our universe. I love working with the tools of Access Conscious, and I love the education of consciousness that I have been on for the last 13 years doing Access. And one of the reasons that I love it so much is I have learned over the years to look at the unconscious things that I'm doing as the reason that my life is the way that it is. And I have had to also realize that every single thing that I have in my life, I chose and I created. So it's like, that's a very humbling experience because we have a whole lot of things going on in our universe that we don't want to acknowledge that we chose. We don't want to acknowledge that we created because it's hard to look at. It's like, ouch, I'm really hurting myself, you know? And we want to blame others, and it's so easy to because that's the world that we live in. That's the culture. We've been taught that it's totally appropriate, you know? We've been taught to blame men as women, you know? I love the saying, if a tree falls in a forest and nobody hears it, is a man still wrong? That's so true. That is so much of how I functioned and how I thought it was appropriate to be in the world, was blame, blame, blame. Not just on men, on everybody, but that's definitely something that we're all, like 99% of us have going on. So it's like, you know, when we can start to realize that the unconscious is what creates our life, that this, like what we call secret agendas are what are stopping us, we can have so much freedom. Everything gets better as a result of unlocking the unconscious. So like your money flows will get better. Your body will be healthier and more alive. People lose weight. You know, you stop judging yourself. Things show up, like things work better in your relationships. You're like, oh my gosh, I have a better relationship with my dad or my mom or my sibling for no particular reason. But all of this stuff shifts and changes around you because you're starting to master your unconscious thoughts. You're starting to realize that there are ways of changing this. And clearing statements, which go to theclearingstatement.com if you don't know what that is. Theclearingstatement.com the clearing statement basically is what is clearing these unconscious levels and layers. So it's something that I can't even imagine my life without it. It's beyond any other sort of way of looking at self-help or energy that I've ever done. It works in the moment and it continues to work, and things just keep getting better and better. So how does it get better? And you know, how can you use the clearing statement? How can you use this wonderful body process that we have called the Access Consciousness Bars? If you have never had your bars run, book a session with a bars facilitator and go and get them run. It will change something. It takes sometimes up to 3 weeks and you might be a different person. You may not. There are like a slight amount of people that are like, I don't think that worked. But then they tell me all these miracles that happen, but they just don't relate it back. Because when you clear something in this unconscious way, it's almost like it never exists. But so many people get these crazy results, have these crazy dreams, have these crazy awakenings, and it's because they're clearing the unconscious. So how does it get better, and how can we be so lucky that we have something so powerful at our fingertips?